Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
Red Panda Anthem.
Red Panda, what's good?
Red Panda Anthem.
It's your boy.
Going up. I know they can't.
Jay-Z, one of the greatest rappers of all time, has one of the greatest lyrics of all time. It was actually the lyric we named our second podcast ever. This lyric where he said, "In anticipation for precipitation, stack chips for a rainy day." Very important. Very important. Cash is still king, and in times of uncertainty, it's okay to be in cash until you're actually certain. The dollar is actually
strengthened,
very strong right now. I think a 15-year high for the strength of the dollar right now. The dollar's in a good place right now. Nothing wrong with having money on the sideline until you're comfortable. And I think that there's still some more room for the market to go down.
Absolutely.
Be patient, have money waiting, and get in at good prices and just ride it up.
I said, we're going to play Belichick, man. We're going to win rings from the sideline. We're going to watch the game. We're going to make moves at the right time. We're going to play Belichick. Shout out to all the Patriots fans. But that's that. I mean, he's right? If we've seen the market pull back, there's no need for us to keep investing large sums of money. We're going to watch it, keep our cash as king, and when we can make moves, we will. We will.
And that song is from Rain. Umbrella. Rihanna's first single.
Not her first single.
Her first big single.
Pawn the Replay is her first.
Yes, Pawn the Replay is the first one, but your first big one.
And her first single. But that was a number one record.
Her first number one record. Her first number one record.
It might not even be her first one record, but definitely a big record.
Big record.
Yeah, big record.
2021, what was like the football era when like everybody got participation trophies? Right now it's 1970, hard-nosed, helmet to helmet, bust your ass football. Pittsburgh Steelers. Everyone put this in chat. Wait for the right price to buy the best companies. Knowing the information and doing it and waiting is dramatically different. Wait.
And you could have seen this come. I said this over a year ago that I thought tech was overinflated. A lot of the tech companies was overinflated.
A bunch of times.
I said it.
A lot.
It's just, you just kind of can see these things happen. And of course, when what comes up must come down. Just the rules of life.
And look how well Apple and Microsoft are holding up. Without Apple and Microsoft, we would be in 2008 all over again. Yeah. Which tells you the other 496 companies, well, let's say 490, are not producing profits at a rate that they should.
The lyric is not from Reasonable Doubt. It's from Umbrella with Rihanna. Like, I literally study rap. I've been studying rap my whole time. Somebody put it in.
Don't do that. Don't argue, Jay-Z.
It's not from Reasonable Doubt.
Not on this
it's
side
from
of the table.
Umbrella with Rihanna. Trust me on this one. Trust me.
I'll do the whole song if y'all need.
Shout out to YouTube. 7,000 people. Hit the like button.
Thank you guys
share.
for being here. Hit the like. Yes.
Greatly appreciate it. It's not from Can I Live.
These youngins.
Oh, man. People.
IPO hold.
Hey, Jay, Rain Man is back with Little Miss Rihanna. Come on, stop it. That's the next lyric. Stop it. Stop it. Apologize.
At some point, I got to stop.
Stop it.
What option are there option trades that you like in this market?
I'm gonna give y'all one that, and we could have saw it coming Friday. But we could have actually saw it 2 weeks ago. And that's Rivian. And Ian, I know I texted to you earlier, but I'm like,
yeah,
obviously, and people, this is what I'm talking about when you do your research and you actually like read the lines in between the lines. And so Rivian, obviously, we saw with Amazon's earnings call that they lost $7 billion because they own 20% or 158 million shares of it. And so because Rivian's price had been going down, obviously Amazon lost money because of their ownership stake in it. So that was a sign number one. And I'm talking about, a lot of times we talk about putting calls, but obviously in any type of market, when we see a pullback like this, we can make puts on these type of situations and make money on the depreciation of the asset. And so that was sign number one. Sign number two, and this was big news that kind of went under the radar. The stock lockup period for Rivian expired on Sunday. And so the stock lockup period is when early investors, when they put their money in, they have to stay inside of the company until a certain date. That date was this Sunday. And so what happened? Ford, who owns, I think, 102 million shares, they decided that they want to sell some of their shares off. So they sold about 8 million shares. There's been a report that JP Morgan has said that there is a block of Rivian shares. They're saying 13 to 15 million that are about to be sold as well. And so when you start seeing the lockup period end and people selling their shares, that's telling you something, right? It's like when we talked about CEOs selling shares to their company. Well, why are they doing it? They're telling you something. Something's coming. And so if we had looked at those two signs and then know that this week, and I'll talk about in the earnings report, Rivian is going to be reporting their earnings. And one of the things that they said was that they're going to have 25,000 vehicles made this year. Ford sells, there's a $15 million shares sell that's about to happen. Amazon has lost money because of it. This would have been an opportune time to put a put on a company like Rivian Friday. Now we saw today, obviously, what happened when the news broke that Ford had did it. They went down another 10%. I think they were trading at $22. Friday or Thursday, they were at $34.
Yeah.
And so a quick put on that would have generated income. And so we have to look at the signs, look at the sign. What did John Henry say? What was the quote he said? Know the difference between the noise and
signal and noise.
Signal and the noise. And so those signals were going out. We kind of ignored it. And now it's like, oh man, I can make a put on it. Yeah, but it's happened. Now their earnings are going to be coming out on Wednesday, and who knows, it could fall down even further if they don't meet any of the expectations that they put out. So these are the type of signals you got to look at and read in between the lines. Like, oh, okay, there's a position there.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it going to 1958.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said he has it going to 1958?
Yeah.
1958 for Rivian. Puts is when you are betting that the stock will go down.
Yeah.
Anybody that doesn't know what a put is.
Right. So that's so obviously calls are when we're saying that the option, well, the equity is going to go up in value. Puts are when we're saying it's going to go down in value. And so we saw the signs, signals, really. I'm going to use that from now on. We saw the signals that there was going to be decline, but did we take action on it? So it's going to be a different. Once we,
I told you guys when it first came out, it was garbage already.
Did we take action then?
Yeah,
probably not. And even I would I could say like, look, from a fundamental standpoint and having the truck itself, I'm like, all right, this could be something. Amazon's investing in it. All right, but they haven't delivered. And will it be great at some point? Maybe it could be. Right. But this is another one of those lessons, like something is, if it has to be proven before we can actually put investment money into it. It's another point that when we talk about, hey, why try to find the next thing when the best thing is here right now? And we
Absolutely.
keep going over it. Everybody wants to find the next thing and find the next thing. It's here. Elon
Drake
Musk
is Tesla.
owns the company. Exactly.
Rivian is McConan.
Although we said Drake is Tesla.
The Rivian is McConan.
Club
Shit is
going
not
up on
hard.
a Tuesday.
Yo,
Club's going
stop
up on a
buying trash and expecting it to be great.
That was a hard single.
No, it was legendary.
That was a hard single.
It was legendary. Well, down goes Ian.
And he's back.
What stock do we think has the best chance to recover from these lows?
If ARC gets to $28.47, wait,
The infamous ARC.
2302, I think you can have a nice bounce because the inflows are still heavy. I don't know how, but the inflows are.
That's one of the most amazing stories.
Mm-hmm.
That they had, I think it was. I saw a report. It was like 8 million shares, 8.9 million like shares of people that people bought in the ARC ETF, and that was in 2021. In 2022, at the same time, with the price of the ETF dropping, right, at 40, the same amount of ownership, people are just holding on. Number one, all right, people are like, all right, I lost enough. Like, how much more can I lose? But even still, some people probably sold off when it was up, and people are buying in now. It's one of the. I saw that last week. I'm just like, this is really interesting. It has the same amount of ownership.
The power of great branding. I have to give it to her. She's done a great job of in the face of adversity, not giving up on her thesis. Yeah, if it gets to 22, I wouldn't mind taking a crack at it. Definitely at 1780, I would like it, but she has to start changing the way that she rebalances her portfolio. Oh, my bad. Why is my hand raised? But yeah, that can bounce. That's the only one that's gotten beaten that I would take a crack at, and on a swing, hope that it goes back to the upside.
Yeah, we're talking about the ones that have dropped like 80, 90%.
Yeah.
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 Those. I mean, I'm still big on the semis. I think I saw AMD at $85 today or $87. I think obviously, y'all know how we feel about those. I think AMD and NVIDIA is a steal right now. People are asking about Disney. I still love Disney. I'll talk about that in the earnings report. They're going to be reporting this week. But yeah, I think those two for sure. And then Amazon again, it's taking a beat. It's very close. I think tomorrow, if we have a day like today tomorrow, it's definitely going to be at its 52-week low. And so again, we're about less than a month away from the split.
Yeah.
And so
the split is going to help them a lot.
But yeah, it's going to help them.
Yeah.
For sure.
If AMD gets to 54, I'll be happy. I'll say that. I will load up there.
That one?
Yeah, I think Google.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think Google, another company that's splitting, and another company that's almost at its 52-week low. I think that they'll be fine, and I think that they will rebound. Be a good long-term hold.
For sure. You got the best pick of all.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
This that Red Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
This that Red Panda Anthem.
Red Panda,
This
what's good?
that Red Panda Anthem.
It's your
Whole
boy.
clique going up. I know they can't stand it.